Today I'm going to be covering 10 different ways to improve as a player, ranging from fighting tips all the way to how to close out and win games. This video will go over many different concepts that if you can master, you'll never come to find yourself losing a fight again. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed, and let's get into the video. Now the first tip I'm going to go over is having the patience to know when to edit and when not to edit. In this example, I obviously am going to steal this wall in between me and this player. I'm going to slow down just so you understand. I steal this wall in between me and this player right here. This wall right here in between these two boxes is mine. That means that once I break this ramp in between me and him, I now have the edit on him. Now when I edit, it's very important that when he flips this cone up, I don't just wide edit and then shoot him back when I replace it. Notice how I'm going to shoot it and I'm going to replace it. But after I replace it, I'm going to reset the wall. And obviously I have a pump out, so I would have delay and I wouldn't be able to shoot back. So then all that leaves is my dually. So I don't want to do that. So I reset the wall, and then I'm literally just playing super patient. Now at this point, my wall is healthy enough to take a shot from a sovereign shotgun and not break. I know that, but he doesn't. He shoots the wall, and I'm basically just waiting for him to shoot it. When he shoots it, now my patience is up, and now I edit because now he's going to probably pull out his map to try and replace the wall. And he does, and I predict that, and then I'm able to get a shot off and crack him. Notice how I reset the wall again, and I'm literally just playing patient. I'm waiting for him to try to replace the wall again. I'm not going to make any silly edits, I'm literally just waiting. When he doesn't grab the wall again, when he pulls out his map, I know he's obviously in a weak position, and I'm able to edit and then pick up a kill without taking any damage. So make sure that you guys are very patient in your fights and understand when the time to fight and when the time to play patient is. So the next tip we're going to go over is predictions. Predicting where a player will go allows you to finish off fights quicker than if you were just to fight them normally. In this example we're going to go over, it's a very simple double edit pre-piece that I do on a lot of players, but it's a tip that anyone can use. So right here, as you can see, I'm trying to pressure on this guy's wall. Now most of the time, players always edit out in the left direction because it's obviously easier to with the player models, and obviously this guy's on the left side, so obviously he's closer to that side, so he's probably going to pick that direction. Now I predict that instead of going for this wall, I realize he's in that back corner, and I'm going to jump up, grab all these walls, I high wall just in case he double edits up, then I edit and I go to my right, and I predict he's going to go out that direction. As you can see, he is, and then I'm able to grab both roof and cone, and then I'm able to just simply double edit on him and then edit on him. Obviously he's not ready for it, and I'm able to pick up a free kill. The next tip we are going to be going over is counter damage. Counter damage is very important because once you get cracked in a game, you need to learn that if you just try and met up, you're not going to have the time to, so you need to do counter damage so that it gives you the time to met up. In this example we're going to go over right here, this guy double edits on me and he's going to crack me. Now I could go box up right here, box right here, and then I med, and I'm probably going to get my wall stolen and die. Instead, I'm going to do counter damage so that he can't keep pressure on me. This is going to give me time to heal. Now, most of the time, once a player crack you, they often become headless chickens, I guess you could say, and they make mistakes. Like this guy right here, he decides to go straight into a double edit that I already have set up, and then I can shoot him and get that counter damage in so that now he's weak. At this point, he can't keep pushing me anymore. So now he's forced to box up and met up instead of keeping pressure on me. This will now allow me to have the time to relax, and now I can start to pop my heals. This is very important because if I didn't do this, he would still be pushing me and I would have probably died. And doing that counter damage allowed me to drag out this fight where I can bait this guy in and pick up a kill. So make sure that you guys are doing this because it does help out in the long run. Now the next tip I am going to be going over is noticing patterns. Noticing patterns in players can help you predict their movement and also predict what they're going to do to help you win that fight. In this example, I'm fighting this player. Obviously, I'm trying to smack on their roof to steal their stuff. But notice I'm just going to speed this fight up a little bit. Do you notice something about their fighting style? They never place a cone in their box. Not in here, not in here, not in here. I use that to my advantage so that when I drop on his wall, I know he won't place a cone in his box. And then when he doesn't, all I have to do is hold out my ramp when he edits. That means that he won't get a shot off at all. When I place this ramp, notice how he shoots the ramp, and then I'm able to edit on him, and then I'm able to just spray him and then pick up a free kill. Also, if you guys are enjoying this content so far, go check out my community. It is free. In this community, you could have the chance of 1v1ing me. Also, I shout out people every single day. Here's today's. So if this does interest you, go into the link in the description, go check it out, and let's get back into the video. Now, this next example we're going to go over is awareness. As you can see, this guy is on a bunch of loot. I steal the wall in front of him. This wall is important, this wall specifically. As you can see, the fight drags out a little bit. We get into a little bit of a scuffle, I guess you could say. This guy boxes up next to me, and he is going to want the loot, right? Obviously, he wants to run back to it, but the most important thing is that I have the piece here. Now, he isn't thinking about that. He's just greedy and wants the loot. You can awareness check people. Ayo, sorry for the POV. Now, what he's going to do is very important. He's going to come back to this wall, and he's going to think he's safe. if you don't block off the angles where the other person can come from, you can obviously awareness check them like I do here. I edit the ramp, flip the wall, and then I'm obviously just a cone flip away from him. But he doesn't know that. He still thinks that he has time to med. And since I catch him off guard, I am able to flip it and then crack him, and then he makes a little bit of space. Now, what's very important about this fight is that this guy makes space, but he makes a big mistake right here after I back up. You're going to notice he's going to edit out this wall right here. Now, obviously, he's only one box away right here. You can see him. He is only one box away after I steal this wall. And that means that when he resets this wall, it's going to be super weak on HP. And I know that, and I awareness check him again because he has his fizz out and he's trying to heal again. And then I'm able to steal the wall, do a simple edit on him, and then pick up a free kill. So make sure that you guys have good awareness on your opponents so that you can catch them off guard. The next tip I want to go over is very simple, but I think I should mention it. Give yourself a win condition. Win condition can be a few things. It could be a mythic, like you could be playing for this girl right here. You could be playing for the mythic medallion so that you have a scanner coin and a mythic AUG. Or it could be something more simple as a bunker or maybe even a radio tower so that you can see the next zone before anyone else. These little advantages that you give yourself can help you in the long run because it'll let you place better and also just become more consistent. And not only that, it gives you an advantage going into an end game because you can do certain things that other players can't do. So make sure that no matter what game you're playing, you're giving yourself an advantage. It also doesn't have to be something like that. It could be something as simple as maybe picking up dashes, or maybe you're near movement so that you can move to the next zone, or maybe even you just have a flowberry fizz so that you can move around the map fast. Things like this can give you an advantage over the other players. The next thing is actually two tips. It's map knowledge and material management. Now, these are very, very different things, but they intertwine because obviously when a zone pulls far, you need to be in the right position and use your mats correctly so that you have some for later. This guy is a bad example. Not to pick on him, but specifically this guy does something bad. Now you may think, oh, he's in a good position. He beat you to zone. But zone hasn't even started pulling yet. As you can see, zone is going to pull back here. He is not even in zone. This means that when zone pulls back, he has now burnt all of these materials going into this moving zone. And now he's obviously at a disadvantage, whereas me, I've only wasted a little bit of wood and I still have all my hard mats to work with. And this guy obviously now is in a difficult spot because he has no mats and he has to now start farming for wood and get all his mats up. And eventually when it comes to it, I pick up a kill right here. I kill this guy, and obviously you can see the other player waiting for him to run out. But he wouldn't even have to go for all this loot if he had mats to begin with. And after he picks up all those mats, obviously it's too late for him. I'm gonna speed it up for you guys. It's too late for him, and he gets stuck in zone because of his terrible map knowledge, and he gets stuck in zone, and eventually he just leaves the game and gives up. So make sure you don't end up like this guy. So the next thing I want to talk about is pressure and positioning. I think they both go hand in hand because if you have good positioning, you can keep constant pressure. As you can see, I've cracked this guy, but you can obviously see I'm a pretty big distance away from this guy. It's probably like 70 or so meters away from this guy. This means that I have a lot of distance to close, but I also have to get good position on this guy. If I run straight at him right here, I'm obviously not going to be in a good position. So instead of just running straight at him when zone is pulling max distance, I decide that instead of doing that, I'm going to tap my fizz and I'm going to go out to the right direction towards zone. That means that I've just cut him off and now he's forced to run in this direction. That is also going to allow me to have better positioning while keeping constant pressure. This will allow me to crack him again. And notice how I'm really not going to let up for a second on my pressure. Even when I can't see him, I get in front of him. Notice how I cut him off completely. I've now cut off his angle. He has nowhere to go. This means that I can keep constant pressure while also having better zone priority than him. And eventually this guy gets dragged out. He's eventually going to get cracked right here. Get that beam on him. He's obviously stuck. He has nowhere to go on the edge of zone. It's over for him. And eventually I catch him in the back of zone, keeping constant pressure, and I'm able to pick up a kill. Also, by the way, I didn't even have to get in a shotgun fight with that guy. I literally just kept my distance and I was able to get a little beam in and pick up a free kill. So make sure that you guys are doing this too. And this also gives me enough time to get to zone and rotate without having to get caught in zone. That is going to wrap up this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed. Go join my community. And if you want to see how to get Unreal rank or get better at building, go check out these videos right here. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.